WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. More missiles raining down overnight in the Middle East as the pattern of back and forth strikes took hold again, and hope dims for a quick resolution in the war with Iran. ABC News Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce with more says, if anything, the conflict seems to be widening.
Saudi Arabia now entering the fight, joining the U.S. to fire missiles at Iranian-backed militias in Iraq. Just days ago, Trump said the U.S. and Iran were in very deep talks, which he described as very friendly. But the U.S. launching a barrage of powerful new attacks hours after the president leveled this threat.
We're going to hit him very hard.
The price of fuel up once again as fighting resumes. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
The national average for a gallon of gas, now $4.08. That's back where it was in June, before the Iran war ceasefire was announced. And with prices also going up for other staples like groceries, a new Reuters Ipsos poll finds nearly 60% of Americans now describe the economy as weak.
The Dow lost about 1,100 points on Wednesday for its worst trading day in more than a year. Federal Reserve leaving interest rates alone amid more worries about the war and stubbornly high inflation. Days after his son was sentenced to life in prison without parole for a mass shooting in Georgia, the father who gave the boy the gun he used in the murders will be sentenced as well.
When 16-year-old Colt Gray shot and killed 2 students and 2 teachers at Appalachia High School in 2024, he used a rifle his father had bought for him as a Christmas present. Now his father, Colin Gray, is set to be sentenced following his conviction on charges including second-degree murder and manslaughter. He's the first parent in U.S. history convicted of murder due to the acts of their child. The parents of 2 other mass shooters have been convicted of lesser crimes. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
There's a search underway in New Jersey for a 10-year-old girl swept away in the Passaic River hours after flooding rains across the region. You're listening to ABC News.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text SPARK to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text SPARK to 215-215. That's SPARK to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose.
Local news on 103.9 WYAB, brought to you by AARP of Mississippi, making a difference in communities throughout the state. AARP.org. It's the result of a bribery conviction. A heat advisory is in effect for central Mississippi, and this afternoon's high is 95 degrees. But you do have a significant chance for a cool down with a 50-50 shot at afternoon thunderstorms. 75 is the low tonight with a 20% chance for more rain. And Friday, a 60% chance for storms in the afternoon with a high again at 95. With news on 103.9 WYAB, I'm Chris Davis. Former Hinds County District Attorney Jody Owens can no longer practice law, and for most people convicted of felonies, that is a foregone conclusion. It was requested that he be disbarred. Then he resigned the bar back on July 16th. But Wednesday, the Mississippi Supreme Court made it official. That is because of the bribery conviction that could have him and conspirators, former Mayor Chokwe Antar Lumumba and former Councilman Aaron Banks, going to prison for as many as 5 years. At least one person may have been injured, and Capitol Police investigators could be seen picking up shell casings at a convenience store on Fortification Street Wednesday afternoon. Capitol PD says that happened about 3:30 p.m. It was not long after the shooting that they announced an arrest on aggravated assault charges. That person ID'd as 33-year-old LaCryson Gee. Highway 51 at Madison Parkway will likely be the site of a new development that may come with a cheerleading clinic, a dance studio, and even a veterinary clinic. At least that is according to the developer, Bridgeforth Rutledge, who announced that several of the lots have already got tenants committed. At least 5 people are under arrest in that shooting that happened back on July 4th in Centerville and Wilkinson County that killed 2 people and hurt 7 others. And police had to travel out of state to get some of them. More news in 1 hour on 103.9 WYAB. I'm Chris Davis.
Have you ever listened to WYAB and thought, I could do that? Well, maybe you can. 103.9 WYAB, Central Mississippi's stimulating talk radio station, is looking for fresh local voices to join our on-air lineup. Are you the person everybody argues politics with at work? The one your friends say should have a radio show? Then maybe it's time to stop yelling at the dashboard and start talking into a microphone. If you're passionate about current events, politics, faith, business, sports, or just telling it like it is, we want to hear from you. Previous radio experience is helpful, but personality, authenticity, and the ability to connect with listeners matter even more. This is your chance to be heard across all of Central Mississippi. If you think you've got what it takes to host a talk show on WYAB, send us a short audio sample and tell us about yourself. Email Matt at WYAB.com. That's Matt at WYAB.com today.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Welcome to the Chip Matthews Show, where politics meets the South. So grab your sweet tea, find a comfortable spot to sit back, and let's embark on this journey together. Chip away, chip away at the storm. Chip away. That's what I wanna do. Sweet little mama, I wanna get next to you.
And good Thursday morning. It is the Chip Matthews Show all over your radio. Right there, blowing up. Phil Barlow, good morning. Shane Easy, good morning. Will Brown, good morning. Dawn McKenzie, good morning. Look at that. She's up early. Said that I don't look good on the radio today. What kind of lies are you saying? What kind of lie? I mean, everybody look at their radio dial right now. I look the same this morning as I look every other morning. Don't I? Don't I? Okay, there you go. Good morning to everybody out there in the wonderful world of Radio Land and in the podcast world and in the, let's see, we're on Facebook, YouTube, X. We're on all kind of other platforms, and we're being all out there. And JC Dunn, good morning. Will Brown. You know, did any of y'all, well, I wanted to see Fauci testify yesterday. Yeah, I wanted to see it. So I cut it on, listened to him take the Fifth Amendment to the point to where I needed a fifth, a Beethoven's fifth. You know, this guy is just stupid. You know, you're talking about a guy who is the equivalent of what is it? Joseph Mengele? Is that his name? Hitler's main guy. I mean, this guy is crazy. And then my question to you is, everybody keeps saying he can't. The big thing is he maybe have a federal pardon, but he didn't have a pardon from the states. Well, my question to you is, if the states need to be doing something, Miss Fitch, would you get off your butt and do it? I mean, because, I during COVID area, that was when my mama passed away, was during that. And, we weren't, it was hard to get into a hospital to review what was going on and keep up what was going on. And many people, I mean, I got in. I'd like to thank the people at St. Dominic's that let my sister and I in. And that's just the way it goes. Lloyd Travis, good morning. It's just really wrong that this guy can sit there, but he's become a multi-millionaire. He thinks of himself as the world's greatest celebrity in the world. He thinks that he is the man. He is above reproach. Yeah. You know what? I will tell you right now, if the states can go after him, then there's some of these attorney generals in these different states, and we got an attorney general here in this state. Every state has one, and they need to start going after them on what they did, on the crimes that they committed, because, you know, the crimes exist, and the Democrats that support the crimes are just as guilty, you know. But we need to do something about it. We need, if we're going to call people out, we need to call people out, and that's just period it. I mean, that's just like here in Mississippi. We should be at the top of our lungs. I know I am, screaming about not having a ballot initiative. Everything we don't have, every freedom in America that they have taken from us, whether it be state politics or national politics, or in the case of the COVID thing, you know, the China people took it away from us, and we should have gotten even. You know, we need to be able to do something. Good morning, Ricky Gray, Lloyd Travis. You know, it's just really wrong. It's really, really, really wrong. And as we get ready for another election, you got the one in November where our Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith is running for re-election. And of course, since this was all decided, who all was going to be on the ballot back in January or February or March, somewhere way back, it was decided for the November election. So the primary is taking place. 17% of us voted in the primary, decided who was going to be on the ballot. And that's Republicans and Democrats, both sides. That's how many people showed up. 17% of everybody in Mississippi decided who we're going to vote on. And then you have all these people that are jockeying for position to run for governor, you know, and the governor thing isn't for another year, a year and a half, to tell you the truth. You can't sign up till January. You know, you're not officially running until January, and the announcement of who all sign up comes February the 1st. So that means between now and then, if you want to get on the ballot and start screaming and trying to fix some things, you can do that. You know, that's just the way it is. You know, and I am trying to inspire, you know, you need people to run in the Senate, the state Senate, the House, state House. You've got the governor up. You'll be up for state auditor. I hear all kind of people running for state auditor, treasurer. You got all these different positions that have got to be filled, and you can bet your bottom dollar. Oh, I almost said something else. That everybody that's running for office, you know, they're not all going to be. The GOP is going to step in, and Mississippi GOP is going to step in and say, "Excuse me, look, we didn't work so hard and give up all this money and help y'all get into office to where we'd have everything from the governor down to dog catcher for y'all all to run for one position at the top. We're gonna cut some of that out. One of you some of y'all can run for this, some of y'all can run for that, some of y'all can run for that." And then old Delbert, let me go find this, y'all. This is something old Delbert did yesterday. And, you know, Delbert's just not our friend, people. And it's sad to say that. Okay. DeSoto County, this is Senator Michael W. McClendon. His is his post. DeSoto County just got left out of one of the most important decisions of the next decade. Today, our Lieutenant Governor, Delbert, announced the members of a new redistricting committee, and not one person from DeSoto County made the cut. In fact, the closest member lives roughly 140 miles away. Now, DeSoto County sits right there by Memphis. It's very, very, very important that redistricting occurs properly in that area, or you will have racially drawn lines. And that's why we're doing this, is because we have racially drawn lines. Okay, instead of giving DeSoto County a seat at the table, he appointed liberal Democrat Angela Turner Ford, who has sponsored legislation to expand Obamacare, restore voting rights for felons, and has made it her mission to turn Mississippi blue. Yeah. And y'all know my point on that. I say Mississippi's been blue all along because since Benny Thompson's been in office, we've been a blue state. We've been a blue state. We're a drain on the federal government. Mississippi is, and it shouldn't be that way. But Mississippi is a blue state. It's a socialist state run by Benny Thompson, and know that. And Mississippi's third largest county, that would be DeSoto, one of the state's largest economic engines and one of its largest Republican voting bases, doesn't even have a seat at the table. We're already seeing what happens when people outside DeSoto County decide what's best for DeSoto County, and it doesn't end well for us. Delbert is not our friend. I think back to Chris McDaniels running for office against him and this, that, and the other. And people talk about all the things that needed to happen. And, the voting bloc, the group, I mean, I could name names of people that are associated with MSGOP and the people that were raising money for Delbert, this, that, and the other, who call themselves conservative, but they play the political game that's out there being played. It's the game that you're going to be a Republican. We're going to let you that. We're going to get you some money. You're going to be on the team, but we're going to tell you what you're going to do. It's sort of like that same group that was pushing for school choice. You got people that were honest about school choice and when they were running. And then you got people that were just on the team. We're going to do whatever. It's sort of like, why in the world are we still talking about PBMs when with the pharmaceuticals when nobody stepped up to help mom and pop stores? No, that's because Benny Thompson runs the state. Benny Thompson's goal is to make sure Walmart's happy. Make sure that the big box stores take over. Make sure that we have state-run grocery stores, state-run everything. I mean, this is a reality, y'all. Understand that. The hospitals, everything. They want to control it all, and then they control us by doing that. We got the old certificate of need law and this, that, and the other on the books, and that kind of helps in a way to keep prices up. There is no true competition in the medical field, which I don't know if there should be competition or not. Because you're not looking for no fast track knee replacement or hip replacement. You want to get the best medical care you can get when you can get it and when you need to get it. But when you look at, and that's another story for another day, y'all. But the reality is, they talk about rural health care and this and that and the other throughout the state. No, I mean, they've done everything they can to kill that. They've done everything to make it a third world country. This thing with the kid on the coast that drowned. They've done everything in the world in the national media to make it sound like we're a bunch of hicks down here in Mississippi and we're stringing people up every day. That's what they want it to look like. They want it to look like the whites and the blacks are down here fighting all the time. And that's all that matters. Never mind, everything's black on black crimes. 90% of them are black on black crimes. And we address them in different ways. Meanwhile, a lot of the politicians that are getting prosecuted, they seem to have a darker hue to their skin also. But I mean, look, there's plenty of white folk politicians that can go to jail just as much as there are black folks politicians to go to jail. It's just the crimes against us has been amplified by the level of corruption that exists. And look, and I don't doubt that we couldn't take that up another level and start putting all kind of people in jail because it's going on. The corruption, the politics, it's that bad, y'all. It is that bad. Don't think that it's not. And the only thing that's ever going to change it is if you start controlling the narrative by voting and putting people on the ballot that you trust. I mean, you're going out and vote for people that you don't know, that you never met. This is Mississippi. You're supposed to know people. You shake hands and kiss babies. People are supposed to come see you. You go see them. But I mean, With only 17% voting, there ain't too many people you have to go list. You get a list of who's going to vote in that area. You go talk to those people and you go home. You ain't got to talk to anybody else. We ain't got to get anybody else out to vote. Just think about it this way. Think about it this way, y'all. If you wanted to run for one of the supervisor positions in Madison County, then and you are an HOA president, which most of y'all hate it as an HOA president, but let's say you live in a big neighborhood. All you really got to do is win your neighborhood to pretty much win an election. Because when you look at your neighborhood, technically only 17% of that neighborhood voted. So if you can get out 30% of your neighborhood, there's a good chance that you probably will win and be able to go and do meaningful legislation or meaningful work in your neighborhood or in your district. Think about that. It's that easy. You know? Think about it. Think about it. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB. Think about it. Think about it. We'll be back with more right here on the Chip Matthews Show on WYAB.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Some people spend summer stressing over snacks. Smart people stop at Broad Street Baking Company. From smoked salmon dip to whipped feta and so much more, you can build your own snack tray, enjoy a cocktail, and grab a full-size dip to go. Beach day, boat day, game night, or backyard hang, Broad Street has summer covered. Take home all of your favorites from the grab-and-go cooler. Broad Street Baking Company in Banner Hall. We'll handle the snacks. You enjoy the summer.
Tired of the brutal Mississippi sun beating down on your ride or home? Lakeland Glass and Tint in Flowood has you covered. They specialize in professional window tint for cars, homes, and businesses using premium Expel film, plus top-tier paint protection film, ceramic coatings, and full vehicle wraps. Change your truck's color or turn it into a rolling billboard without an expensive paint job. Get a free quote today at LakelandGlassandTint.com. That's LakelandGlassandTint.com. Lakeland Glass and Tint, Central Mississippi's tint and wrap pros.
Come on down to Ascension. Come on in, Sunday worship 10 a.m. Amen. Jackson, Mississippi will sing with you. Pastor Christine sharing good news. Come on down to Ascension. Join the choir. Feel God's love lifting you higher. Ascension Lutheran Church for saving you a few.
Friday mornings at 9 is a great time to chill with us here at 1039 WYAB. It's the Blues and Arts Hour, brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Mississippi, Small Town Music, and Fusion Coffee House. I'm Chris Davis, your host. You'll hear from people who play, write, and live music, from Mississippi artists and creators, and you'll also get to sample some of their work. And it's every Friday morning at 9 on 1039 WYAB.
At Lakeshore Church, we believe the liberation of the soul is found only in Christ. Hello, I'm Jay Frazier, Senior Pastor at Lakeshore, inviting you to come and worship with us this week. We believe in the three-cross concept of ministry: the cross of salvation, the cross of separation, and the cross of service, and we believe all of these crosses should be evident in our lives. We're at 6880 South Sidewell Road in Byram. For more information about the ministries, activities, and times of service, go to lakeshorecmc.org.
And be sure to listen to Lakeshore Church's weekly program, heard Sunday mornings at 8 on 1039 WYAB.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Hi, Hi, this is Alan Allen, nurse practitioner at the MEA Medical Clinic in Flora, Mississippi. Located in the Cotton Exchange Plaza, we are here to provide patient-centered care that is thorough, compassionate, and convenient. Whether you need primary care services or same-day medical care when you aren't feeling your best, we're here to support your health.
MEA Medical Clinics.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:25 a.m. on a Thursday morning here on the radio. Good morning to y'all. 6:25, July the 30th. Tomorrow will be the 31st, and it will be hot today, tomorrow, and then of course, when it comes to the August, there's no relief. It's still hot. Please explain the Fifth Amendment. Interesting. Taking the Fifth. I guess the best thing to tell you that Fifth Amendment says, "Hey, I can shut up, no incrimination." Is that what I mean? That's basically it. I'm not gonna talk and get myself prosecuted for lying and for doing what we're doing. I mean, it is really wrong that we have something like that. But I mean, self-incrimination is a thing, and especially when you're guilty. I mean, if you take the Fifth Amendment, what was it, 107 times, you must be pretty guilty. That's all I can say. Okay, let me also remind y'all tonight out at Beethoven's, we have Mike Mott with his unique brand of music and, of course, karaoke. So come on out and enjoy that. Also, coming your way tomorrow at 4 o'clock, the early shift of the music at Beethoven's on Friday. And come on out and also get you a pizza from Acme Pizza. We have Larry Brewer. Yes, the former guy from the Windows. Everybody knows Larry Brewer. And look, I enjoy listening to Larry Brewer. I mean, he has played on the Reservoir. I mean, I remember when the Windows used to play the Dock all the time. I remember when the Windows used to play a place called the Pyramid? Is that what they called it? Them and the Drapes and all them. It was up there on County Line Road where they just tore down that hotel. Good morning, Vince Warren. Where one of the Oyos was, but I mean, back then it was a Sheraton. It was a Sheraton. You had the Pyramid, and across the streets you had, look, right through that area, there was all kind of great places to go to. That Jackson, Mississippi has been long gone, boys and girls. Look, I can remember that. And you could go around the corner. You'd go on up to Northgate, and you'd go to Primo's Northgate. And then across the street was Marnie's. And you had, what was that club called? Oh, I can't remember. There was a dance club up there by Pasquale's and El Burritos as we're pulling names out of the hat. Wow. But anyway, that's what's going on this weekend up there. Also, Friday night, it's B-side. Saturday night, it's Crow at Beethoven's. And then Sunday, it's the Jimmy Buffett tribute band. Okay, it's Larry Munn. He's coming up with his unique approach. This is the guy that gets booked. He looks a lot like Jimmy, in my opinion, but he gets booked to do the Jimmy Buffett shows, and he comes in and does his thing. He'll play some other yacht rock for those people into it. But y'all come on out and check that out. The Jimmy Buffett, that'll start at 4 o'clock this Sunday on the deck there at Beethoven's and Acme Pizza and Scoobies. Y'all come on out, check it out. Pizza all the time, y'all. 769-572-7756. You can call them. They'll get your pizza delivered to you, DoorDash, Grubhub, however. Or you can come pick it up every day. Got some great desserts, too, coming in. Y'all come on out and check it out. And then, of course, everybody gets chipped. You sell a lot of pizza. You sell a lot of barbecue. You sell a lot of blue plates. What's the biggest seller you have at the restaurant? It is still steaks. You can come out and get a steak on the water at the Reservoir And you can have a filet, hand-cut filet, or a hand-cut ribeye, and come on out and enjoy it. Once we get full, now, y'all, you get there early, you got a good shot. When it gets full, y'all, there's 120 tables in the place. So when it gets backed up, it's backed up, y'all. It gets backed up. But understand, come out, be patient. Don't be in the hurry. Don't think you're in a drive-through. And come on out and get you something to eat and enjoy the atmosphere. I mean, we have the best view of the water on the reservoir. You'll feel like you're somewhere else. You'll feel like you're in Florida or something. And then, of course, we book the best music, period. I mean, our music, we've been bringing in new bands that don't get to play around a whole lot. And all of a sudden, everybody else has discovered those bands. I guess they come to our place to figure out what they need to do. Because, we're going to run through a couple of thousand people a week through the doors there. So, every week we get a couple of thousand people through the door, and you need to be one of them. So come on out and see us. Come party with thousands at Beethoven's on the Reservoir. Okay? We'll be back with more, and we're going to talk about corruption because that's what we do. And good morning, Jenny Halford. How's you and your new hip? We'll talk to you all in just a second. Because that's what we do. And good morning, Jenny Halford. How's you and your new hip?
1039 WYAB.
In the heart of rural America, we know the value of an honest day's work. While the big corporate brands focus on their stock prices, Outlaw Light is focused on you. We're an independent American brand built on resilience. We don't preach or teach, we just brew. That means a high-quality, 105-calorie light beer at a price that respects your hard-earned dollar. For the patriots, the dreamers, and the doers, America deserves a new light beer. Grab an Outlaw. It's darn good beer.
A funny thing happens to a lot of men. One day you're the guy carrying the ice chest, loading the truck, and helping everybody move. Then one day, you're looking for a place to sit down. If your energy, focus, and drive aren't what they used to be, talk to Live Better Men's Health and Wellness. Real answers, personalized treatment, a better way forward. Living better starts at livebettermen.com. That's livebettermen.com.
At Flora Animal Hospital, our team doesn't just take care of your pet's needs. We feel like it starts with the pet parents. If the pet parent is informed thoroughly and understands the situation with the animal and why certain things need to be done or certain medications need to be given, it's easier to get that done. Our website is floraanimalhospital.com. It'll take you straight to the online store where your medicine can be purchased, food can be purchased, prescription or non-prescription, and they will be shipped straight to your front door. floraanimalhospital.com.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Fresh attacks across the Middle East. Jordan saying it had to shoot down several Iranian missiles. Kuwait says an Iranian strike hit a Chinese company, killing one person. And CENTCOM carrying out strikes overnight after President Trump declared,
"We're going to hit him very hard."
That military action, one of three options that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu sees for the way forward. Netanyahu spoke with ABC's Lindsay Davis around the ways forward this week.
He's got basically three options. One, to indeed succeed in making a deal. Two, to continue the blockade. Three, to take military action. Anything that will produce the end of Iran's nuclear program is what we want. That's our common goal. We talked about it.
Stock markets may be ready to rebound a bit after a day that saw the Dow sink by 1,100 points. Its worst sell-off in more than a year. Search teams looking for a 10-year-old swept away by floodwaters in northern New Jersey. This is ABC News.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, experience counts. And the Rusty Healy Agency has been serving Madison and the rest of the Jackson Metro for over 35 years. Local agent Landon Thompson is keeping that trusted tradition going strong. As a local independent agent, he's not locked into one provider. The Rusty Healy Agency can shop the top insurance companies to find the best fit for you. And everyone knows that the Rusty Healy Agency and Landon Thompson offer top quality local customer service. Contact Landon today at 601-856-3681.
When second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Hey, this is Ben Ingram from the Braves Radio Network. We're in commercial right now, so I want to let my sister take over and tell you about Hometown Property Group.
Thanks, Ben. This is Mary Claire Putman with Hometown Property Group. Whether you're buying or selling, we are committed to guiding you through your real estate transaction with integrity, exceptional service, and remarkable results. Madison County has been my home for 40 years. I'd love to help make it yours too.
That's Hometown Property Group. Give them a call at 601-853-6080.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
It's going to be hot as hell today, y'all. Hotter than hell all over Mississippi again today, and y'all need to be careful. There are people dropping like flies from the temperature outside, and y'all need to understand this is you got people that they've been talking about tire safety on your cars. The roads are so hot that tires, if you got some weak tires, they may explode on you. So go down and see my people at Gleason's Tire. Yeah. They'll take care of you over there in Crossgates. They're good people there. That's who I go see. But there are people all over town, all kind of tire people. Y'all go see somebody and get your tires checked. You don't want to be on the side of the road because, if you're on the side of the road, and let's just say you're one of these idiots that wear, and I don't mean to call you all idiots, but the ones that wear these flip-flops or slides, as they call them, that I think look like silly. That shoe should not have been invented to be worn out in public. But anyway, that particular slide, I wonder how long they will last when you start walking on that asphalt to get to where you're going. Mm-hmm. And do you have water in your car to make sure you can make that walk? Because it doesn't take long to walk once you have that flat tire and blow out. That's what I'm saying. Y'all keep that on your mind. Keep that on your mind. And that's that. That is that. It's just gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot again tomorrow. And y'all, and tomorrow will be the 31st of July. And then the next day, you know what it is? It's August. You know what that means? It's still gonna be hot. Y'all start protecting yourself. Start thinking about staying in the cool. Stay out of this heat. Be careful. Be careful. Go out at night. Come see us at the reservoir. We'll take care of you. Okay. And somebody said, what's the update on Trump? Trump says we're going to hit him hard. And, I think of the old Newt Rockney speech. We're going to hit him hard. We're going to hit him to the left. We're going to hit him to the right. We're going to come down the line. We're going to come in and we're going to blow them up. Y'all, he is fixing to blow them off the face of the earth. But it's not happening this week. He's warming up to the big crescendo. Because, y'all, you got to get through August, and then you got to get to feel good. So I would say it's be probably Labor Day weekend or the weekend after. He's going to blow them off the face of this earth. Iran will be no more because the feel good fallout from that will get them through the midterms and get people in office. It may even get the SAVE Act passed, which everybody keeps saying, "Oh, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen." And I was talking to another radio host online and from another station, and he supports Delbert, or he did in the past. He did doing fundraisers and all. But his philosophy on it is that the SAVE Act doesn't have a chance. And, and what he does is he wants to be a conservative, but the reality is he keeps falling in line with everybody else. And yeah, he got a little money. And they only like you for your money. The GOP does not care about you running for office. They don't think you should run for office. They don't care. They don't care. There's not a position for you. That's saved and reserved for another politician that has already been elected in a statewide or a city or a countywide thing. They want millionaires showing up and being a part of it. They want millionaires to show up and donate, but they don't want millionaires to come and be a part of the political problem, because millionaires might get in there and think logically. And then there is no reason to play the game. Playing the game to advance yourself is just wrong. Be true to yourself. If you're a conservative, be a conservative. Understand what right is and what wrong is. Understand that God is on your side. Understand that saying something that's not the most popular thing to say is not a bad thing. It's speaking your mind. And think about all the people out there who are shaping your mind. You have all this news media telling you that you need to be like this or you need to be like that. And then you go sit there and you look online and you see that you find out later on that 10 people have been murdered in Jackson, and none of that came on the news wire. None of it came on the news. They're too busy telling us about heat centers that have been opened up in Jackson, and people being hot, and people living in squalors, and people not fixing their potholes, and all of that, and telling us that Jody Owens is not going to be allowed. He's been disbarred. And a lot of the news media soft played that. They said that he had resigned. Y'all, the man got fired. The man was going to jail. The man was thrown out of the law. That is it. He didn't quit. He can say he quit all he wants. That's the same thing that happened up in Canton when those aldermen, when Vicki McNeil and all of them got indicted and pled guilty. They pled guilty. When you plead guilty, you don't get the option of saying you're going to retire or resign. You're a crook. You're a criminal. There is no reason to thank you for your service at the point that you have betrayed the trust of the people. And that is that. And as we look at these politicians, and look, all these people that are running these NGOs and all these places that we gave money, politicians that are in office now gave them that money. And all they're doing is next man up. You got that. And then you hear that Jody Owens he's going to jail for 5 years, maybe. 5 years. 5 years. That ain't anything. Meanwhile, there are other people going to jail for life for not even committing murder. I mean, I think a murderer can get less than life, But I mean, we need stronger. The legislature needs to be working on stronger laws. But it's like they're worried that they're going to get caught in it, so we want to make sure that that's as light of a conviction as we can get, where we can walk, where we can get out of there. And then you got all of them, all of them talk big. We're going to redistrict. We're going to blah, blah, blah. And then then Delbert gets a bunch of Democrats to put on a committee because he's only worried about his vote for him running for governor. That's all he's worried about. And that's all he's been worried about for years, is when it's his turn to be governor. And when he gets to be governor, that will be it should be the end of the Democratic reign across the state. But that's not the way it will be. That's not the way it is, because the Democrats already continue to run our government now. Benny Thompson is running our country, and our country is Mississippi. And he also runs the United States. January 6th, Benny was the chief guy. He was in charge. Benny has been teaching socialism. He first taught people how to cheat in elections, and that moved all the way through the system. Okay. Now, he's teaching socialism, and you go, well, hold on, we're not a socialist state. I'm not a socialist. I support our current government and this, that, and the other. Well, that's good to support them, but understand that they are being run by Benny Thompson and others, because they are allowing a socialist state. They don't want us to have our right to vote. They don't want to give us back our ballot initiative. That's what I mean. Is that what you see? That's what I see. We don't want to fix anything. Once we find something's broke, we don't fix it. We're going to put a Band-Aid on it and let it go. We'll just let that fester for a little while. It's been 8 years on the ballot initiative, y'all. It's been 8 years. We're not doing anything. We're allowing everybody to tell us what they're going to do. Meanwhile, For every dollar we send to Washington when we worry about the stock market and everything, well, Mississippi going to get back $2. Look, COVID, Mississippi made money during COVID. Mississippi saw an influx of money that was like you never could have imagined that came in. When all these households were getting $600 checks in households where they weren't getting them, and as soon as they were getting them, they were spending them. And that sales tax dollars were come flying in. That's a fact. The numbers are there. They hey, well, we didn't get hit as bad as we thought we were going to get hit. We didn't get hit as bad as well. Then all of a sudden we get a bunch of money in. And what do? We put it into broadband, and we're just now spending it. And we all know that you don't need a cable. I mean, AT&T's running around saying we're taking up the copper wire from your house. You know, you're going to have to go on air boxes. You know, you're going to have to go on this. There's not going to be a wire to come to your house anymore for your internet. And it's sooner or later, look, electricity will run the same way. And people are going, what do you mean, Chip? Tesla was right. Nikola Tesla. You know, he was trying to come up with a way to move power around, and he did. He figured that out. You know, but Edison was tied up with Wall Street and the right money. So Edison moved forward a lot faster than Nikola. And Nikola, of course, you know, you got to go through all of this stuff and look at how it was all put together. We're all pawns in the dollar bill game. The dollar is what runs this world. Oil's running the world a little bit, but the dollar is what it is. And right now, China's not on the dollar. China's getting off the dollar. Russia's getting off the dollar. And look, when they start not buying in U.S. dollars, that hurts our economy. That hurts our economy. At one point, we were the dominating factor. We need to flex our muscles and come back to being who we are. We're America. We're America strong. One thing you can say it about American, and is American doesn't quit. A real American doesn't give up. An American believes that he can win. We went to other countries and won wars for them. We went and fought for freedom in other countries and won. You know, we put people on the top. You know, we invented the A-bomb. You know, we had a plutonium one, and we had plutonium, and the other one is uranium. I watched a thing on that yesterday. But we came up with all these bombs, and we used them. Look, don't think that right now we don't have something new up there, Star Wars like, that we're fixing to just and Iran will be gone. It's coming, y'all. It's coming. You know, the stuff of the technology, too much military stuff is trying to go on in space. The space race is real. And you got all these billionaires who are building ships to go into space as quickly as they can, and private companies. That's because the money's there. It's sort of like when the big boom in America to fly an airplane. You had the Pan Ams and the Deltas and all of those, and all that expanded, and they get all kind of money. But, you know, that's that. That's the way it works. The economy, things happen to make things happen. Military money is big money. And that military money is, it's, you know, y'all, we're living like the Jetsons. You look on TV and you watch the Jetsons, or you watch some of these old shows, and everything that you thought was going to happen, that they said was going to happen, communicators. Well, a communicator is just a telephone, y'all. It's a cell phone. That's in Star Trek. Let's not get Star Trek mixed up with Star Wars. I will be drummed out of the Comic-Con groups. They'll make me have purple hair or blue hair. But I mean, y'all, the world is out there for all of us to enjoy. And right and wrong is all we really need. Now, if you got a kid that's at your house, I've been seeing these kids that come in and they think they're cats that are walking around in stores. Stop that. Fix that. You know, it used to be when a kid was sucking his thumb, they put hot sauce or something on the thumb to make that stop. You disciplined. You try to make yours. You want to teach some kind of value to your kid. You want to leave some legacy. You got to leave something for somebody to inherit. And if you don't have anything but good manners to leave for somebody else, that's what you need to do, is leave good manners. Leave a kid on this earth that is trying to make it better. Make them understand that being better every day is what you got to do. And to get up and fight every day is the most important thing in your life to do. Every day you should get up to try to make the world a better place, or at least your world better. Because if your world's better, then the one next to you gets better, the one next to you gets better. It really does. It spreads. It spreads. You know, I'm not saying I'm not sitting here telling you nothing that you don't already know, because all of you are smart. Well, some of you. And the only way you're going to get any better or have a better life is if you move forward and try to make it better every day. And when you think of these politicians, we need to find people to be politicians. That is just a necessary evil. I mean, we need people who will step up and take a conservative approach to everything. And it's tough decisions to be made, y'all. But compromising our morals is not one of them that we need to be doing. And I mean, we have compromised down to it's pathetic what is legally allowed. And, you couldn't say certain things on the radio or certain things on TV, and you wouldn't cut on the TV. All I do now is I cut on the TV, and I hear, when I was growing up, feminine hygiene products was very rare to be on TV before 8 o'clock. Look, the ED medicine is all over the 24 hours a day on TV now. And I guess you sit there with your kid and you go, well, you got it. What is that? What is that? I mean, imagine being a parent. I can't imagine being a parent today and having to explain every commercial that you see on TV to them. Every commercial on TV. And then all the TV commercials, they're not about, they're not like Whammo and doing a hula hoop or selling gospel albums or K-Tel albums. No, we're selling drugs. If you watch TV, all you're doing is selling drugs, and we allow that. The drug companies have taken over our entire life. And every time you hear a new drug, you think you need it. Yeah, we got to get off drugs. Drugs kill. Welcome to America. We'll be back with more. Yeah, we got to get off drugs. Drugs kill. Welcome to America.
1039 WYAB.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Hey Flora, the farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, organic, local, clear. Locally sourced meats and vegetables too. Fresh produce every day, picked just for you. The farm store in Flora, fresh from the farm right here. The farm store in Flora, come see what's fresh today.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
Detroit-style pizza has its own rules. We learned them, then we made it our own. Johnny's Pizza House is Detroit-style pizza. Deep pan crust, crispy edges, your choice of toppings, then finished with the pizza sauce swirled right on top. Mouthwatering cheesy goodness. Order online at johnnysph.com and build your own Detroit-style pizza. Detroit style the Johnny's way. Order a taste of Detroit this summer at Johnny's Pizza House. Let's share a slice.
Want insider tips on foundation repair, maintenance, and how to protect your biggest investment? Todd Sandridge, owner of Superior Foundation Services, will be dropping in this month for quick interviews with your favorite local hosts. Whether you're dealing with cracks, settling, or just want peace of mind, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. Superior Foundation Services, helping you stay on solid ground. Find them online at superior.ms. That's superior.ms.
It's all systems go this month at Mazda of Jackson. With rates as low as 0% with approved credit, come test drive the all-new, fully redesigned 2026 Mazda CX-5. More room for you and your cargo makes the third-generation CX-5 the best yet. Mazda's best-selling SUV also comes with 1-year maintenance included on your new vehicle purchase. And Mazda of Jackson still specializes in certified pre-owned vehicles with hassle-free trade-in options available. Shop online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit Mazda of Jackson, I-55 Frontage Road.
Hi, this is Rita Jensen with Remax Connection. I've been selling real estate now for well over 30 years, and I typically use Chadwick Home Inspectors. And Chad has done many, many home inspections for me.
They are pretty much from roof to foundation. Most people are surprised at just how thorough these home inspections can be. Been working with Rita almost a decade now. Very rarely does she let a deal fall apart. She can usually find a way to negotiate where both parties are satisfied.
RitaJensen.net.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
6:56 a.m. on a Thursday morning. Remember, coming up at 7:07, the one, the only, the Clay Edwards Show, right here on most of this same radio station, and on the internet, and on the YouTubes, and on the Rumbles, and he'll have T-shirts for sale. By the way, Beethoven's now has about 7 different styles of T-shirts. You can come out there and get you one of those. Join the Beethoven's Fight Club. You can join the Beethoven's Navy there on the Gulf of Beethoven, out at the reservoir. So y'all come on out and check it out. Also, remember tonight, Mike Mott. Tomorrow, Larry Brewer and and also B-Sides, 2 different things. And then Crow on Saturday and the Jimmy Buffett tribute on Sunday beginning at 4 o'clock. So don't you dare miss it. That's going to be lots and lots of fun. A little changes in latitude, people. A pirate looks at, well, not 40 anymore, 65 now. But anyway, y'all come on out, check it out. It's going to be a great weekend. And y'all be careful out there in the sun today. It's going to be hot. It's going to be hot, 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 hot. And then they're going to wait till next week to go after Fauci. They'll probably arrest him next week and bring him. You know, I don't understand that. If the states, if they're worried about the states prosecuting him, the states are, all the evidence is already out there. Lynn Fitch, you like to get involved in statewide, in national politics more than Mississippi? Go get this guy. Go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Go get Fauci. Also, everybody today, you need to pick up the phone, call Cindy Hine-Smith and call Roger Wicker and say, the SAVE Act. Would y'all get on TV and start jumping up and down and act like we want to secure our elections? You know, I mean, I don't care what the Supreme Court ruled recently. Our elections are not secure here in Mississippi. It is not a true statement. We know that. We know that from the David Archie case. We know that from the Chip Matthews case up in Canton. We know that from all over. And we know that from when Delbert won against Chris McDaniels. We know that. We know that the elections aren't fair. We know that didn't happen. But they decide who's going to win, and that's what goes on. So we got to be very careful because the people that control the money in this state are the ones that are running this state. That's why you don't have a ballot initiative. That's why you don't have a voice. That's why you have been beat down to where only 17% of the people in Mississippi even care to go vote. And we may get to like under 10% care by November. At the rate we're going, we don't do anything to inspire, to get people to go. I sit here on the air and beg you to start thinking about what you're going to do when election time comes around. And many of you look at me and after talking to me, you go, Chip, it just looks like there's just nothing we can do. Well, you just can't give up. It's sort of like when you look at that checkbook and you run out of money, you just don't give up. You get up and go work some more. Well, unless, of course, you decide to give your soul over to Benny Thompson. Then, of course, you live in the socialist state of Mississippi where they'll give you a house, a car, and everything. You can get all that from Benny. But, that's not the way it works. That's why we fight. That's why you get up and live every day. The Clay Edwards Show is next right here on WYAB.